result, the budget that you're talking about. Why do I say that? In Kenya, we play politics 365 days a year. The entire period, it's just politics. And with that, research shows that would-be investors stay away because too much politics affects investment. And you read that together with the fact that due to lack of predictable tax regime, other investors as well are saying, I'm not sure what the tax regime would be in the next 3-4 years. So I might as well just bolt and move to a jurisdiction where I can predict the tax. And with that, then you find that the country is unable to collect more, the country is unable to provide more jobs, and the economy is not growing at the level with which we expect to. So is this then a clarion call for the political class, the leadership of the country, to stop playing politics, to come up with a predictable tax regime that would enable the economy to grow at the levels that we hope?
There's a very famous statement I've heard lately that money hates noise. Mm-hmm. If you go to Norfolk Hotel, you'll not find loud music.
Yeah.
But if you go to a joint in Mororongo or in Kikuyu somewhere, you find a lot of noise. Mm-hmm. But who makes more noise? Who makes more money? Mm-hmm. So if you want this country to grow, then there must be less political noise. I think there's, from the time the party wins, whether it is UDA or whether it is whatever party, they start campaigning for next year.
Yes.
And you can see what is happening now. There's more and more political noise. So if I'm thinking of coming to invest $1 billion in this country, guess what I would say? Let me wait until 2027. Because I don't know what's going to happen between now and 2027 and after 2027. So investors, consumers like predictability. And that predictability is built by the political class. So you can imagine what happened the other day somewhere in Orokarau or somewhere else in Kikuyu, and I have 1 billion in Germany or in UK, and I want to come and invest it in this country. And remember, what the first starting point of any investor is the media. So they check what is happening in that country, because they don't come on the ground like us. Of course, when people come to visit this country and they compare what the media says and what is on the ground, they are two different things. Yeah. But as an investor, you don't, even the smallest risk you take will make you run away. So let's have the politicians make less noise. And if they have to make any noise, and this was my dream in 2022, was that any noise they make will be about economics. Because remember that in run-up 2022 polls, politicians made a lot of noise,
yes,
but it was economic noise. And I was hoping that was the start of the golden age of this country, when politicians will meet, discuss policies, discuss about economic issues. But unfortunately, that's not what they are discussing. So I hope they are going to return to the basics about economics. Because if the economy is more predictable, investors will do their work, consumers will do their work. And let's also forget that the investors are not just foreign investors. Yeah. The most important investors are the local investors.
Yeah.
Because when there was COVID, when foreign investors leave, we are left here. Yeah. We are the people, we are the inheritors of this country. So let's always remember the local investors, the Mamamboga, the SMEs, the medium-sized companies. They are the core of this country.
Yeah.
Okay, Maina, as you come in, it would be prudent to talk about the efforts by the Kenya Kwanza administration to expand the tax bracket, because there's been talk about that. Has it been actualized, bringing in the informal sector? Kulipa ushuru ni kujitegemea, as they said.